Alrighty, students. I'm making this video so you can kind of just have an understanding of how to contact your teachers and an understanding of your grade books. So when you first get into your courses or you launch what we call the parent-student portal, this is what you see. You've got this course view and you'll see your courses over here, and next to the courses, if you have a grade, you've got a grade in there, and then you'll see the announcements for the courses. So it's really easy to skip the announcements, but it is worthwhile to take a look at these. So the way that teachers use announcements, the way most of our teachers use announcements, is they put important information from the course, usually something that has something to do with pacing. So maybe, hey, this is what's coming up. They also kind of use that as a course library for resources. And so if you look at these announcements, you're going to find good stuff in there. So like week 1 of Algebra 1A, welcome video. When you scroll down, most importantly, you find your teacher contact information. So you've got teacher, math pacing. So you've got all this stuff. I'll move into my course. I put stuff about the projects, the discussion board guidelines, the weights. I mean, there's all kinds of good stuff in announcements, so don't skip over that too quickly. The other thing that I want to do is I want to show you Gradebook. So if you click on a course, right away over here on the left, you can see your grade. These areas of focus, these are things you didn't do so well on, and it'll say, hey, would you like to do these again? And so obviously not that one because it's 91.7. The reason the workbook shows up is because you can always do workbooks over. But like the pretest, you could take it up to 10 times. Checkpoint, if you get a 0, that's 3. You've got 3 attempts on that. So that's what this area of focus is. And if you go back in and you find these, you can do that. The next thing I want to show you is Gradebook. So if you launch the course, that's going to take you into the course, and you probably already have realized this. The Gradebook over here takes you into your gradebook. Now, this grade here is your actual grade. The final grade that's down here, and you'll notice that these two match. We've kind of talked about flip switch, and we said, you know, I wish you didn't call that progress, because it's not really progress. If that was really progress, this would be halfway through. This is your progress bar. So 5 assignments, 5 have been graded, so you've got all this. This shows your grade. And this final thing, this is if the course ended tomorrow and we had to zero everything out. I would pay very little attention to that. Another thing that's nice is it shows how many assignments were completed this week. It always begins the week. Oh, look, it begins the week on Sunday and it ends the week on the next Saturday. So that's a nice thing because that's the way our attendance works as well. It shows how many lessons have been completed, how many times you've logged in. So if you're setting a goal for yourself of 3 to 4 lessons a week in a course, you can use this box, and this can really help you because it's going to show how many lessons you finish this week. If you're a parent, this is a great place to check on those lessons. Now, one thing, the main reason I wanted to show you this is because there were some things on here that I knew you would probably not recognize if we didn't talk about them. When you see the red exclamation point, and you see a grade next to it, that meant that your teacher did what they call manual override on the grade. They went in and manually entered that. When it comes to the custom assignments that we put in your course, like the video assignments, we don't have any other way to grade it. So you're always going to have a red exclamation point next to those. If you have a grade next to it, that is not a problem unless that grade is bad. If you have a red exclamation point with no grade, that means that that is past due. Notice the due date here. I'm making this video on the 28th. The due date for this assignment was the 25th. I have a red exclamation point. It has been zeroed out. You'll notice that the grade for my demo student was an F here, and that's because they're missing a couple things, and they've been zeroed out. So if you scroll down here and you look at your other stuff, if you don't see any red exclamation points down here, you're okay. So like this one, if Lionel Demo does not take this by today, then he's going to get a 0 on that. And again, the way you would recognize it is you'd see this red exclamation point, and then you would see no grade next to it. And so that the exclamation point goes where the date that it's submitted. So if you see those, that is what is dragging your grade down. We get a lot of student questions at the beginning of each quarter where the students are like, oh my gosh, I went to bed last night, my grade was 80 and now it's 40, what happened? And I always tell them, open your gradebook, look for the red exclamation points. If you see them, that's what happened. You got the zeros. So that's pretty easy. The last thing that I wanted to show you, so again, I'm going to go back to home page. So here's it shows my courses. You notice you see the instructor name. Remember, your instructors are a keystroke away from you. All of us have Gmail, just like you do. All of us are on our computers all the time. And if you add your instructors to Gmail chat, you will have an instant way to communicate with them. So to do that, you just go into your Gmail. Your chat will probably be on the left. I do a little thing that moves my chat over on the right just because I like it that way. If you go into settings and labs, you can set yours that way too. But to add a teacher to chat, you just go here, start to type in their first or last name. So let's just go Mrs. Carroll. There we are. And so to add her to chat, look how easy that is. And if I wanted to IM her, I would just send her a quick message. And if she's sitting at her computer, she can message me right back. You can see, by the way, that I am sitting at my computer. That's why I've got a green light. So oftentimes, if you need help and you IM your teacher, you can get that help instantly, like within seconds. And unless we are in the middle of helping another student or in the middle of doing a live class or something, you will probably get helped by your teacher within seconds, or sometimes they'll be like, hey, can you give me 5 minutes? So that is just something that I wanted you to kind of keep in mind. And again, I hope the tour of the gradebook has been good. Don't forget, red exclamation point, bad, bad. That means you've got a 0. So anyway, take care. Let me know if you need more help.